y'all. Indy here from the Conscious Club Podcast, the number one podcast on Vulfpeck. This week, Tori and I are talking about the men behind Vulfpeck. That's right. It's Rob Stenson's. It's the Ryan Lermans. It's the Tyler Duncans. It's the Devin Kerrs, y'all. Well, they're not here in studio, but we're talking about it here on the Conscious Club Podcast.
Trying to tell you how to live life. Nobody asked if I was alright. I'm not, I'm dying to be someone who can work to feed their family and not at the mercy of frivolity, of changing markets.
Yo.
If you're feeling overworked and underpaid, nothing's working out. Don't look at me. You can thank the American dream. Fries and a bacon. I ain't taking chances. So if you feel left out, if you're feeling overworked and underpaid, and nothing's working out, well, don't you look at me. You can thank the American dream.
Oh, I like it.
I got no reasons not to let me down. I know my rights, and you can't have them. Could someone help me off the couch? And if you feel left out, if you're feeling overworked and underpaid, and nothing's working out, don't look at me. You can thank the American dream. To the American dream. America, podcast.
Indy attempting to fade. So extra.
I have 2 tracks recording.
Is that a bad thing?
I don't know. All right, that's
This is
good.
my piano.
Oh my gosh! Whoa! Hey,
Lermy.
interesting starts here. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, eh?
How you doing? And welcome to the Conscious Club Podcast, huh? What the number one podcast?
What kind of accent was that?
I don't know. Anyway, welcome y'all. It's the Conscious Club Podcast, the number one podcast on Vulfpeck.
Mm-hmm.
We are in zone 2.
Mm-hmm.
We hope to stay there for a majority of the show tonight. And also, we are not experts.
No.
In the Vulf sphere, we are just lovers, and we want to learn. We want to jam. We love what they're bringing to the table.
Mm.
the Vulf and the Vulf adjacent. And yeah, I think it was good intro. That intro.
Good intro, that intro.
Yeah. Also, we are the IRS, the Vulfpeck.
Correct.
Danny Wood is the auditor of TCCP. And also, the Conscious Club podcast. Also, the TCCP also stands for more than just the Conscious Club podcast.
That's correct.
It stands for what?
It stands for... I feel like this is a quiz.
Yeah, it's TCCP Trivia 1 right here.
T stands for... I don't remember the T.
Treasures of Talent.
Oh, Treasures of Talent. We are curators of content. Are we curators of content?
We're curators of controversy.
Curators of controversy. We're creators of content. And we are purveyors of podcasting.
It took too long to say that. Yeah, we're treasures of talent, we're curators of controversy, we're creators of content, we're purveyors of podcasting. It is TCCP, and we are in Zone 2. That is right. Also, I want to plug, not front, plug our Instagrams. The Instagram of the Conscious Club podcast is just that. It is at the Conscious Club podcast.
Correct.
I also want to plug.
You could.
Damn it. Tori's Instagram. She's an incredible artist, viz dev extraordinaire. Her handle is at Senorita Toria.
Thank you.
SENORITATORIA.
Correct. Thank you.
Great content. That content there.
Also,
Yes.
if people want to submit ideas of things we could talk about, things that they want us to touch on, feel free to, or if you want to send us memes or things you saw on the pack, please feel free to email us at tccpdirect@gmail.com.
We wanted to go the Fearless Flyers route. It is TCCP direct at gmail.com. What is it?
TCCP direct at gmail.com. Or you can send us a DM on our Instagram.
That's right. Slide in that DM, yo. Also, the awesome art that is behind Tori's head here was provided by Mr. Cody Sen at Cody Sen Paintings on Instagram. He has an Etsy shop. It's etsy.com/shop/Cody Sen Paintings. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong on that, the screen will... the lower third below you will
actually be
me.
right this time.
That's correct. Welcome to the Conscious Club podcast.
Welcome.
It's another week.
It's another week.
This episode is brought to you by nobody, because we don't got no sponsors, because we do this for love. Well, it's brought to you by us, yes. But today we are focusing on the men behind Vulfpeck. That doesn't mean there won't be an episode called The Women Behind Vulfpeck.
Ooh.
I believe that is a
idea.
future show. There is a lot of women behind Vulfpeck.
I love that.
Mostly women behind Vulfpeck. Without women, we wouldn't have
They
Vulfpeck.
wouldn't be born without the
That's
women.
right. So we wanted to say the men behind Vulfpeck and the women behind Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
Not
The people.
we will have a separate deep dive into the women behind Vulfpeck.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's all about the lerm. It's all about the cur. It's all about the dunk. It's all about, the stents. It's all about the I know her name. Emma Azelborns. The Emma Azelborns.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. She was on the 2017 Mr. Finish Line release show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I was looking at the rundown and her name pops up somewhere around there. And it may not even pop up in the show, but I just want to mention her. Because I know that when Jack, during the 2017 Mr. Finish Line release party that was produced by Super Deluxe but is no longer online, it was uploaded by a random person, re-upload. Oh my God. Sorry again, this usually happens. Okay. But yes, Jack does give credit to Miss Emma Azelborn. I just remember that name and I saw it in the rundown. So
Love it.
Anyway,
Sweet.
yeah, so we're diving into
Let's do
the
this.
lerms, the dunks, the
Stentsies.
stents. Yeah, so the opening song you just heard was The American Dream by Ryan Lerman. It is also considered a video song, which
We talked about in the Conte episode.
the Jack Conte episode. So looking at the
Oh, Devin Kerr mastered. We have some incestuous lap
Right.
over here.
So yeah, we have on this song it was Hideaki Elmori on flutes, clarinets.
Yeah.
Mike G on drums and shaker. Sam Smith on background vocals. Theo Katzman on background vocals. Devin Kerr on the master. And Ryan
Love it.
Lur on the vocals, the git, the bass, the perk, the glock, the june, the whirl, the mix, the vid. But yeah, The American Dream by Ryan
Love
Lerman, a
it.
totally dope song that I totally ruined with my
you didn't.
with my
That was one of-
overwhirl.
That was one of your better accompaniments that you've done on this
I
production.
think my best one was probably the Santa Baby, the Woody Goss.
True.
I just happened to put my fingers in the right spot for those like chords.
Serendipitous.
Yeah, it was serendipitous. Like I just put my fingers down and it happened to be the same chord or key or whatever. But yes, today is a special day where we are diving into the men behind Vulfpeck, and it is a very enticing day because we are going to start off with Mr. Ryan Lerman, and there's some info here that I was not privy to, which is
Pervy. I mean, privy.
privy.
It's not pervy.
Is it really
It's
privy?
privy. Yeah, look it up.
P-R-I?
It's privy. Yeah,
Dude,
it's
everybody
not
says pervy.
No, that means perverted.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, you know, I'm pervy to it.
Privy.
It's pervy.
It's privy.
All right. Well, okay, privy. It sounds better to say pervy.
Look it up, bub.
I'm not.
Okay.
I trust you.
Thank you.
But yeah, you might not know his name. You probably do if you're watching this podcast. But you have seen his studio, which is the Fearless
million
Flyers.
times.
That's right, the Fearless Flyers, Scary Pocket Studio, right? Which he and Mr. Conte both share. Question mark. But yes, after graduating from USC Thornton School of Music's Studio Jazz Guitar program in 2009, alums Ryan Lerman began recording his own music. Alumnus.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
You can say alum, though. It's shorter.
The alumnus, Ryan Lerman, began recording his own music while working as a tour and session musician for artists including Joshua Radin, Joshua Radin,
A Fine Frenzy.
Vanessa Carlton, and Ben Folds. I love Ben Folds.
Same.
Dope.
Love both faults.
Now, just 5 years later, Lerman has found himself on an even larger stage. He's currently the music director and guitarist for Grammy Award-winning artist John Legend's All of Me tour. Incredible. In addition to his work with Legend, Lerman also works as a guitarist for Grammy Award-winning singer Michael Bublé. Incredible. Jason Lee Bruns' saxophone player plays with Michael Bublé. Dude, we got some connections
Have you
here.
ever, this is kind of random,
What's
but
up?
have you ever seen that meme of Michael Bublé like emerging from the cave because it's Christmas time?
No, but I'm going to.
Michael Bublé coming out of cave.
If I can spell.
Or just put Michael Bublé meme. Not coming out.
Cave. Oh.
yes.
Which one?
Yes, the first one.
Christmas is coming. Michael Bublé emerges from his cave. I love that.
Love.
Dope. Any day now, Michael Bublé will emerge from his cave where he sleeps 9 months out of the year to signify the beginning of Christmas marketing campaign. Love that. Dope meme. That meme. Yeah. So, you know, in addition to working with Legend, he also works with Mr. Bublé. When it comes to balancing 2 international tours and playing nightly to sold-out crowds while pursuing his own musical endeavors, the Los Angeles native says perspective is key to maintaining balance in his busy schedule. And we have a little quote here from him. Little quote.
All right, bring it on.
So before we get to the quote, I mean, so
He's a busy guy.
the dude is busy. Not only is he filming sets, doing shit. I'm sorry, doing stuff. He's also doing. He filmed the MSG set.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Legend knocking on his door. He's got Bublé knocking on his door. What's he doing with an iPhone gimbal on the stage at MSG?
I don't know.
Actually, no. On second thought, I would do that too. I would make time to.
We all would.
I mean, if Jack said, "Hey, you want to film the set at MSG?" I wouldn't be like, "Sorry,
I'm busy.
I'm actually available, but Bublé." Well, I guess Bublé hasn't necessarily come out of his cave yet.
Exactly.
So so Lerman would naturally.
Exactly.
Yeah. That would be so cool if Lerman was in La La Land as like John Legend's touring
cool.
guitarist. That would have been. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Dude.
Let's see if he has an IMDb. This guy.
Lerman. All right, Ryan Lerman. La La Land.
No, just search him on IMDb.
IMDb.
Oh.
Jeremy Lerman,
No.
David Lerman. Yeah, there's no Lerm.
No Lermy. That would
Sorry,
have been
Lerms.
cool though.
Yeah. But yes, important guy.
Important guy.
It's like a lot of the Vulf and Vulf adjacent people are so highly underrated, it is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's just like they're a talent that hasn't been put in the spotlight yet. Because like the Elton Johns of the world, the Paul Simons of the world, the Michael Jacksons of the world. I don't know about
or
putting
the afterworld.
Right, but like I'm not putting Michael Jackson in that caliber, but like. Or any of them in the same caliber, but it's just like they weren't famous at one point, and then they just became larger than life.
Right.
It's like I definitely think Vulf has the like ripe pickings for any of that kind of situation, and Lerm especially. But we have a quote from him.
All right, Lermy.
So it's let me get in my Lerm. It's easy to get worn down when you're traveling every day and your schedule is always changing, Lerman said. But on the other hand, that's also what keeps things fresh. Going from project to project, I'm never doing the same thing for too long, which is one of the things I'm most grateful for.
Love that.
I've never met Lerman, but I hope he sounds exactly like that.
I hope too.
Yeah. No, but that's great. Like humility. You got humility. We got talent.
We do.
We got, we're treasures of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of controversy yet, but we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. That's a great nod to the humility.
Variety, this guy.
Variety, humility.
Yep.
We're all doing it, huh? For the most part, Lerman's ability to stay busy has had a great deal to do with what he describes as goal setting, ritual, and luck. And oh my gosh, do I?
Yeah, that part specifically reminds me of you.
Yeah, I follow the same thing, dude. Like I'm of the Grant Cardone 10X. I'm of the MF CEO podcast. Not biting.
He drives me crazy.
Not biting too deep into Tony Robbins, but I love the Tony Robbins results at TJ Maxx prices.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for that 20,000 person Robbins thing, but I'll maybe buy a book here and there. I'll scour the YouTubes for some positive productivity. Huh? I really love that because like seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, he speaks more on this, and it's like he says, I think the more clearly you are able to define what it is you want, the easier it is to figure out how to get there. Mm-hmm. Ryan Lerman. I love that. I love that. That could just be on a shirt,
Love that.
Being able to make a living from playing music is such a gift, and I'm always trying to remain cognizant of that. I never take it for granted. Humble.
Humblest guy.
Humility. I think that's super cool because, like, you know, it's easy to go, people just create things, and it seems like as if like there was no initiative taken by the person to make it. It's just like a thing that exists in the world. But like everything that you see that exists in the world that's like man-made to art, products, everything that we buy, all that kind of stuff was through intent. Like somebody wanted that to exist and made it happen. It just doesn't exist.
Right.
You know? And it's something like this podcast where like I was talking to Daniel a lot about Vulfpeck, talking to you a lot about annoying the shit, about everybody about Vulfpeck. And I'm like, why don't I just talk to the people who actually care about this shit instead of boring,
Even though I'm your co-host.
No, I mean like other people.
Oh, gotcha.
Where I'm like, you guys listen to Vulfpeck? And they're like, nah. And I'm like, great. Not much to talk about now. But there is. But it's just, for the sake of conversation. But I love Lerm so far. You know, I love Lerm. It's, make a goal, have a reach, and try to accomplish it. Yep. Do some things, take the steps. What I like to say is that there's a steps in Culver City where I work, and it's a huge mountain with huge concrete steps. Every step's a little different. If you look at the top of the mountain when you're going up the steps, you will lose all the energy to get to the top. And what I noticed is, if you look at the top, you won't get there. If you look at the step in front of you, you'll get there. Yeah. And I look at that with podcasting. I look at that with creating art and trying to do better with our lives and stuff like that. And it seems like Lerman would probably have that type of mindset. I want to do the Culver City Stairs with Lerman. Let's see if we can. I don't know. Anyway, awesome. So we do have a link here that was prepped by our lovely Tori. Oh, and this is just the link to.
It's the link if anybody wants to. Check out the website.
All right, so it's the USC Thornton School of Music. Ryan Lerman steps into the spotlight on John Legend's All of Me tour. Mm-hmm. Great stuff. Anything else notable from this? You remember? I don't think there's any set formula for maintaining a career in music, Lerman said. I'm always trying to focus on how I can add to what other people are doing. I love that. I've never creatively read before, and it's kind of fun.
Creatively read? What do you mean?
Like, I feel like I read a lot better when I do it, when I like put on a air. Like if I'm just reading, I'll be like, what? To what? But if I'm going, if you do it like this, what is a video song? It's just it's fun.
I think that's the video started out with, right?
Is this the video we started out with?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we heard the song.
This is about what a video song is, though, this next part. It's like a Q&A.
Oh, okay. So, like in the Jack Conte episode, Lerman is good friends with Conte. Very close friends with Conte.
Besties, shall say.
Yeah. And it just goes to show because, like, I would expect somebody like Conte. A prolific CEO, a entrepreneur, a doer, a problem solver, would surround himself with acclaimed people like Lerman. Yeah. Right? It's only natural because, they say it's not necessarily true. There's an asterisk on this kind of saying, but the saying is your friends are your net worth. All right, the group of people, the average of the net worth of your friends is basically what you are because you surround yourself with people of similar thing. Now, obviously, Lerman doesn't have millions of dollars like Conte. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's definitely you surround yourself with the Brunses of the world. Right, the double music masters, and his friend, which is also named Jason Gamers, I think his name is Jason Gamer, beautiful doctorate in jazz trumpet. If you surround yourself with people that are better than you at what you do, it only creates an internal drive to be at their level, right? So the lower friends you have in class society, or the, I guess not necessarily the lower level of class, but the lower level of intent, the lower level of self-actualization, right? I think contributes to where the realm of people you interact with, right?
Yeah.
And it only makes sense that Lerman learn from Mr. Conte and the video song, because they're so close together. You know, there's such good friends that it only makes sense for Lerman to go down the route of doing that. And it says, is this an interview? Let's see.
Yeah, so this guy asked him, can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to make one of your videos? They're all quite impressive. How do you go about that process?
And Ryan Lerman responds, thanks. My friend Jack Conte pioneered the idea of the video song, which is the process of multi-track recording where each take is being filmed as it is being recorded. What you do is keep track of each take and edit them together to make the video, so when you see an instrument, you are actually seeing the take of that instrument being played as the song was being recorded. You can see a whole new instrument comes in, and when the recording process was... you can see when a new instrument comes in and what recording process was like. Falling flat on my reading skills here, huh? It sort of demystifies the recording process. With video songs, we can show people how we are recording and experimenting in the studio with all of these different sounds. That's the process. So every time I record something, I film all of it, and at the end, I piece it together to make the video.
Love that.
Piece it together to make the video. Hey.
There's times, though, where they definitely, like, go off that track just to save energy, because it's a lot of layering in the mix.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's keeping track of which video track corresponds to which
That's a lot
actual
of work,
take
man.
you used. Yeah. It's a lot of work. But hey, it seems like the Lerm
learned.
It seems like the Lerm learned and will do what it takes to make his
Good
art.
content.
His content. His art. Huh?
So I love this band. That's why I pulled this next one.
Oh, great. We may have to lower the audio a little bit because it is the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, which is a show that I desperately wish was still on the air, because this was my favorite of the late night.
I liked him because he just didn't care to like.
He didn't cater.
There's something about Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel that like they try too hard to be like I want everyone to like me. I want to be like this like classic, like I say everything perfect and I'm not like, and this guy just didn't give a fuck.
Dude, Craig Ferguson
didn't give a fuck. Like literally
he would be I think if there was a comedian that the Vulf people or that Jack would want to work with, it would. I think Craig Ferguson would be on the list, because he has that air about him. You know, it's like, I'm doing my thing and it's just as good as y'all. It's just different.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
I loved his show. I would stay up late to watch it.
Yeah,
it's always
really
good. And always super funny.
They had cool Halloween stuff too.
Oh
like
my gosh.
On there. His
co-host was a robot skeleton.
Yeah.
And then the co-host, who didn't speak, was a fake horse. It was great. Like, it's totally a conversation, not a conversation, but a statement against late night TV.
Yeah.
You know, it's that. Like he's taking a stand and going the opposite way on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and he's such a good comedian and so well versed in what he does that it's just him. You know, and it's like, if it's Craig, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
You know,
it's funny too when he has another like Irish or Scottish person on, because then it's just like the accents get more and more accenty as it goes on, as they get into their like a little groove, and it's just like it's great. I know that was like Italian sounding,
I would, if I could get all the content cleared, I'd make a whole hundreds of episodes podcast on this show. You know, it's like another Vulfpeck, this show. But yes, it's a fine frenzy with the song Blow Away.
And you'll see Lermy.
Yeah.
A fine frenzy, everybody. Fine frenzy.
And we got
There
Mr.
he is.
Lerman on bass, and he's using a pick, which I don't know. Like, I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
Well, you need that crisp. Some songs need the crispness.
True that.
That crisp. Guitarist almost looks like Lerman.
You mean
Duncan.
Craig?
Duncan.
Oh,
Duncan.
Duncan. Yeah, you're right. I think they're a UK band originally,
A Fine
possibly.
Frenzy.
So that might make sense that he's probably like Irishy, UK.
American songwriter
Oh, never mind.
from Seattle.
Never mind then.
We good.
Don't they seem kind of UK-ish?
I was getting an Olam vibe from them.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, why isn't Joe Dart and why isn't Sal from Impractical Jokers not the drummer in this band?
Love that.
And where's the like oddly old guy with the 70s hair playing the flute? Yeah. Danny Wood's gonna be like, you didn't know his name? How do you not know his name? But A Fine Frenzy and a fine song that is Blow Away on the Late Late Show on YouTube. Beautiful, beautiful. Also, we got some Insta polls.
Yep,
Some
from
polls
Ryan's.
from the gram.
This is all from Ryan's.
So we have this from 4 or 5 months ago, where he was putting some finishing touches on a new record coming soon from Ryan Lerman with Mr. Joey Dosick, tightening his reed.
Correct.
On his
ligature.
his ligature tightener.
It's like a little beep beep beep.
And then we also have Miss Alexa here.
Alexa.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Love that. What else we got here? Ooh, now this is an interesting. When I saw this in the rundown today, I was like, what is Mr. Nate Smith thinking here?
He's pissed.
He is not happy.
He's like, why the hell do I work with Jack Stratton? This fucking
and
guy.
how, like, this is how I expect every prominent sound engineer to be sitting. You know what
Look
I
at
mean?
him. He's so
Like,
cunty.
not only does he have his own swagger, he's got the white and red socks, he's got the green
His
hoodie.
running shoes. He
Yeah, he's got his running
climbed up his
shoes.
mountain and pooped. This guy.
That's right. He just fresh pooped off the mountain. And
Headphones on.
And everybody here in this photo looks very much
Focused.
like either Jack. Fuck, we're here with Jack, and then Joe Dart's like, wait, you want me to be better? I am great. And then
And Nate's
like, dude, don't
we
waste my
wrap this
fucking
up?
time, dude. Don't point your finger at my ass. We got Sandra Crouch waiting in the other room, y'all. So I loved this photo because it just shows his Steely Dan-ness.
I know.
This is him and his Steely Dan element,
God.
you know?
What's that guy's name that he reminds me of?
Donald Fagen?
He's so Fagian in
He's
this.
Fagian.
Faggy boots.
Not
this
Fagian,
guy.
Fagian.
So Faggy in this.
I love it because just the posture, the hand in the pocket. There's no you can tell that, you know, when you're doing sessions like this, when you're working hard and you're you're trying to make a great piece of art. At some point, all of this has to come together. People had to fly in. People had to be here. A lot's at stake for it to not go well, and to be that. Just the body language just shows you like I want to do yoga. You know what I mean? Like I want to pray to Buddha. You know what I mean? Like it's the fact that he is so calm, cool, collected, and going, I like that. We should do this. Maybe this. Hey, maybe the subdivisions over here could be moved there. It's great because there's no and just like in the Woody Goss episode where Woody was saying, when you're going to do a Vulfpeck record, you know that you're going to have a good night's rest, a great breakfast made by Theo and Joe Dart, and you know, a freak out over how good your coworkers are, and also at the end of the day coming together and making something great.
Yeah.
And that's all low pressure.
Yeah.
Because like when you have such high caliber musicians, I think that the pressure is kind of gone a little bit because like you got Nate Smith, you got Joe Dart, you got Mark Lethierry, you got Corey Wong. you're not going to not get a good track.
Right.
You know, like I think, and that's when I think a lot of the pressure does come on when you're like recording in your room or with your garage and you're just like, I just want it to be better. It's like, well, do unlike Indy does and practice more. You know what I mean?
that.
Like if you spend maybe an extra week practicing intently with, you know, I'm going to do 2 hours a day, 5 hours a day, whatever. I would rather much wait an extra week to practice and have the recording be that much better. But in this case, they don't have to do that because it's Wong, the Theory, Dart, and Smith, you know. So I loved this photo, and I think this photo will probably be in the Jack Stratton biopic
Agreed.
in like 10, 20 years, you know?
It's iconic. It's an iconic photo.
Iconic photo. Flyers Day 2 attempting some dangerous subdivisions here. Love it. Also, we have more in the room where it's Scary Pockets plus a Larry Goldings at No Name. Oh, that's their show that they were playing that night. They're playing their record Scary Goldings. Be excited. Love it. Great.
Is it just a big light that's above them? That black and white thing?
Yeah, if it's hard to see exactly what it is, but I think it's like a big light box. It could be a Kino flow. Which is basically like the long tubes that are in like garages, but like for film, like they have like a stronger ballast and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just a big soft light. You use the little soft box there to make the light all soft. Because like if you didn't have that, the shadows here would be super stark.
Kind of feel like it is a garage, don't you feel? With that blue door,
I don't
the one
know.
up there, scroll up to the last, see the blue door. That looks like a garage to me.
It could be. It could be a garage. It could just be like, you know, an office space that's like, that's all we got, so we're just dealing with it. But it does look like you're stepping down into it.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a garage. I would love to do a Conscious Club podcast there. I think
sure it's
that's
possible
very
one day.
possible. Yeah. Cool. So we got some Instas.
These are from Halloween.
The Lermy Lerms.
I just love Jack's face while taking this. It's great.
The butt chin is real, y'all.
It is deep.
That is nar.
There are depths that have not been seen.
Dude, that's the Mariana Trench. You know? Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Joe Dart looks different in this picture. Good, but different. Is Joe Dart the woman?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You got Lerm, Theo, and Jack here. And Jack's harnessing his inner Elton John / Red Rocks 1.
Correct.
Yeah. Love that.
I love it so much.
Just 1 year ago, huh?
Yep.
Before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween was a year ago?
Yep.
Basically.
We're old.
And,
I just loved him in the Theo shirt.
The Theo Katzman shirt. Gotta rep your buds,
beefy.
dude. Like that's why I rep Jason Lee Bruns.
True.
And I think he switched his website again. Not his band name, but his fucking website. It was brunscollective.com. I wonder if brunscollective.com does work, but now it's brunsbeats.com. Let me check. Bruns Collective.
Jason, what are you doing?
Let's see. What does it bring me? Site cannot be reached, but if you go to brunsbeats.com. Mr. Bruns Beats.
Who's this
We
guy?
got Mr. Jason Lee effing Bruns. I'll take the dark reader off to
You love it.
Oh, his website's actually in dark? I thought it was light.
Nope. He was dark mode before dark mode was a thing.
Huh. His Facebook post is the site's in white.
That's weird.
Anyway, yeah, he's a drummer, producer, band leader. He's 2 top 10 charts, 9 produced albums, 2 Japan tours, 7 region study, a Grammy voter, and 2 masters in music. This guy. Not to mention he's a high school teacher. Incredible. Bruns, originally from Coldwater, Ohio. Jason Lee Bruns.
Midwest.
That's right. He's from the very state Jack Stratton's from. Well, the passion for drumming took him from delivering newspapers for private lesson money to Miami University and a music scholarship. And Miami University is in Ohio, by the way. My cousin went there.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah. To USC Jazz Studies program. Today, Bruns travels the globe in search of new rhythms. I like to say rhythms, and draws on these musical experiences to lead the Los Angeles-based crossover jazz group, the Bruns Collective. He's produced 9 albums, including 2 that has charted the top 10, and holds a BM degree in classical percussion and a master's degrees in jazz study and music production. Notable projects include Beck's Sound of Vision, Game of Thrones, Louis Prince, and Leanne Carroll. It's Mr. Jason Lee Bruns, y'all. Incredible. And he's got this like awesome Bruns Collective.
Bruns Beats.
Bruns Beats. Look at this awesome logo he got, dude. Fucking Bruns, dude. If y'all don't know who Bruns is, you gotta look him up, dude. Brunsbeats.com.
Back to the men behind Vulfpeck.
And back to the men behind Vulfpeck. I always love to front some Jason Lee Bruns. You know, I think as Vulf fans, it's good to learn about new music.
Mm-hmm.
Bruns, he's on Apple Music, Spotify. I recommend Cherry Avenue, his latest album. It's a great album. My favorite track on that album is Cherry Avenue, the song on the album of the very same name. And speaking of albums, we're going to move into a man who masters albums. Look at that segue. We're moving into Mr. Devin Kerr. And before I talk about Mr. Kerr, I want to get a little sense of who he is and what kind of a person he is. And also, we need to see why Jack associates with this man.
Right.
And I think we'll see that and way more here on Talking on Tape with Devin Kerr.
Separately.
Oh boy, hold on. Hey-o. Let's do this here. Last summer, Goodhertz built a plugin called Wow Control. To build this revolutionary plugin, Goodhertz spent months answering a deceptively random question. Why does tape sound so good? There's a little... We're talking with Devin Kerr. How did tape inspire Wow Control?
It's all based on things that tape does, but all of them can be exaggerated. Saturation can be exaggerated, frequency, tape, color, noise, and obviously the wow flutter part can be extremely exaggerated. Most tape machines have like under 1% wow and flutter. And that slider goes all the way to 100.
What's one thing that makes tape sound so good?
Saturates a bit. You send in a quiet signal, it's fairly clean. Don't have a lot of harmonics above that. You send in a louder signal, and you get stronger harmonics. That saturation changes a lot with frequency. So you send in a bass sound, low sound, the saturation is completely different from what happens in the mid-range. And what happens in the mid-range is completely different from what happens in the treble area.
That's Jack, like
It is
1,000%.
Hi-hats become a little duller
Like,
in tape.
I
It's
can't
very
even.
different from what happens to the lowest lows of the kick drum, especially as you get like in the sub frequencies below 60 hertz. It gets super distorted down there.
What else makes tape sound so good? Like something weirder.
Tape always had this quality of like almost like sandpaper, or
Like white
like a
noise.
sandy quality.
I love that.
Like cassette
So
tapes.
true.
Like a
Cassette tapes.
creaminess.
You know?
So true.
Never really knew what that was. Send a drum through tape, and on every hit, there's like kind of a burst of this sandpapery noise around it, making things sound a little fatter, but also like a little brighter. It's cool, especially for cassette tape. Has a ton of that. Like it's like like a massive amount of noise, the more signal you send in. It's not like noise all around it. It's not broadband noise. It's like around the sound. So it's like modulated noise. Or like in a mathy way, it's like the noise is multiplied by the signal, not just added.
How did you do all
A ton
this?
of analysis, or a ton of listening, try and coax out all of the different elements separately, do different tests for frequency response, different tests for saturation, compression effects, constant noise, modulated noise, and then figure out how we were going to recreate all of that.
So how did you recreate it?
Kind of every time you have to pick a characteristic and say, okay, how am I going to model this in digital, in a plugin? How am I going to create this noise signature that when you put this signal into it changes in this way? You know, that all that stuff kind of gets boiled down to equations.
Yeah, I definitely see why.
Emma Hazelborn.
There we go.
That's where it was. Hey, that's where I found it. Love Emma Hazelborn. Check her out on the 2017 Mr. Finish Line
And
release
there's
party
Rob.
live stream on
There's
YouTube.
Rob Stent.
And edited by the Stents. I love it. And Bernie Sanders just got 2 stents this week, huh? Love it. And what else we got here? Drum hits performed by Jack Stratton. Love
No
that.
one else.
Hand model, Deanna ZHENG. Song Smile Meditation was used courtesy of Vulf Records. Love that. Has been in productions of Good Hurt Sing. What you're hearing is the sound of a seagull. And of course, Rob Stenson's signature VFX work. Love it. Love that masking. Love
a good
that
mask
mask.
here on the Conscious
Yeah.
Club podcast.
But that's Devin Kerr. You know, I think that
Yeah,
video
I see it.
very well explains the why Jack would fuck with this guy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I'm definitely sure once Devin Kerr and Jack Stratton met, that I bet Jack Stratton was like, I fucks with this guy.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
fucks with this guy.
Yeah,
And same with fucking Kerr, y'all.
yeah.
Dude, Strat, dude. Fucking Kerr and Strat all day. But yes, Devin Kerr is an audio mixing and mastering engineer who studied sound engineering and media art at the University of Michigan. Has a master's in media art and a bachelor's in sound engineering at the
This
University of Michigan, and has conducted research on timbral ear training, human hearing, and psychoacoustics,
And
spatial audio processing.
I love it.
It's great. He created Good Hurts with co-founder Rob Stenson, and it's an interesting note that Tori made here, that Good Hurts would not exist without Jack Stratton.
That is true.
And why would that be? Because Mr. Devin Kerr went to college with Jack Stratton, Vulfpeck's band leader, who was also a childhood friend of Rob's. While visiting San Francisco one summer, I want to sound like the Holy Trinity is here. Okay?
Okay. You need the fluffy mic.
I need the fluffy mic. Yeah,
Can we get the fluffy mics? They're so fluffy.
I mean they're used for outside.
I know, but they're cute.
The dead cats.
Yes, they're adorable.
We can get a dead
they're
cat
like
for you.
Horton Hears a Who. I like it. I want the Horton Hears a Who
from
mic.
Vulf Trivia, like 2.
Yeah.
No, Vulf Style 2, 3, maybe. While visiting the San Francisco. All right, I'm gonna channel my inner.
Zen
Is it Rob
master.
Stenson who voiceovers that?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll look that up. While visiting San Francisco one summer, Jack and 2 other friends, Theo Katzman and Chris Conover, all separately suggested I meet Rob. So I did. When we had some mediocre banh mi on Divisadero. We had some mediocre banh mi on Divisadero, and sort of floated the idea of collaborating on some software together. It turned out that our skill sets were highly complementary, and we started collaborating on some plugin development and then later on the iOS version of Can Opener, which is a really cool app. Really
never
cool.
used
It turns your iPhone into a stereo. You don't have to buy a Bluetooth speaker. It like
Very
accesses the speakers in some way where it jacks up the audio.
Interesting.
Yeah. Super cool app.
Cool app.
Super cool app, bro. Good take. Good take. Awesome take. On to the next take, dude.
So Jack Stratton single-handedly brought together the two men that created Good Hurts. And without Jack Stratton, we shall say Good Hurts might not even exist today.
That's an interesting thought. But I also think these men are so driven that it would have been made anyway.
How do you know that it wouldn't exist today? They met through Jack.
True. If Alice and Bert never did it that one night.
Who's
when
Alice
they did.
and Bert? Oh, yeah.
Mr. and Miss Stratton.
I don't want to imagine that. There's too many of those chunky sneakers involved.
The sneakers with like...
The sneakers never came off.
The back of your leg ends and then the shoe comes out this far and then goes this way.
And their son came out born naked with those on.
With those like New Balance
With those
Larry David
fluffy
shoes.
back.
Yeah.
Larry David shoes on.
Yeah. The lanky Larry David look. I love that.
Taking a turn here on the Vulf.
On the Vulfpeck podcast, the Couch Club, TCCP.
Number one Vulf podcast.
Right. So a little bit of background here on David. Why don't you Devin. I'm so sorry, guys.
Background on Devin Kerr.
Devin Kerr background. Hit it.
All right. As a kid, I played drums, guitar, and piano, and later became pretty serious about trombone and bass guitar. I played bass in bands in middle school and high school, and we did a lot of writing, basement recording, and gigging in Metro Detroit. And at some point, I thought I might study trombone performance in college.
From the beginning, though, my music love was pretty tech heavy. My high school bass rig incorporated a giant MIDI pedal board with live looping capabilities and digitally controlled analog effect switching.
Well.
And I also was very keen on digital audio manipulation and circuit bending.
Instead of studying performance, I went to school for sound engineering at the University of Michigan, splitting my time evenly between music school and engineering school, where I deepened my knowledge of digital signal processing, analog circuits, and electromagnetics.
Wow, that's a lot. You know,
He's
Devin,
smart.
when did that morph into mixing and mastering?
I'd been recording for a while, but got my first true exposure to mixing and mastering in high school.
My band at the time could only afford to have 3 tracks mixed professionally, so I needed to mix the remaining tracks and then master all of them on a bedroom Pro Tools rig. That was an excellent learning experience because there was a very clear benchmark. I had to match or exceed the 3 tracks that had been mixed by the pro.
Interesting. After that, I started doing mixing and mastering work for hire and continued throughout college. When I was in grad school, I supported myself by mastering, working out of the house that I had converted into a recording studio in Ann Arbor. That's crazy.
I kind of like the we both become Devin and I'm the interviewer.
I love that.
Yeah, I love Devin.
So
you know,
cool.
He's a lot to take in for people who aren't audio
smart.
files. He's just incredibly bright. And that's what I'm saying. Like the people you surround yourself with are basically the common denominator of you.
And this is why Jack is so good at mastering and mixing by himself, even without these people who have helped him and stuff. It's like he's learned so much from his friends. Like his friends created Good Hurts, like Rob and Devin and everything. And like even Ryan Lerman, who has the studio, like they're all just so talented. And like he's probably learned just so much about like, because he didn't go to engineering school. Like,
yeah, he did.
Sound engineering? Jack?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a sound engineer.
Oh.
That's what he majored in.
Oh, really? I thought he studied drumming.
Well, he did study drumming.
Oh.
But I think he majored in sound design.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am incorrect.
No, but that goes to show. Let's see. Jack Stratton, LinkedIn. Because it says it on his LinkedIn page. Huh? Owner of Vulf Records. And,
no,
Jack Stratton.
He took it down. We have 5 messages.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I got a job, yo. Ooh. No, dude. All the Jack Strattons are like not the Jack Stratton. Dude. Come on, dude. Leave your freaking LinkedIn up, yo. I should have like screenshotted that when I had the chance. But yeah,
interesting.
BS and sound engineering. BA and sound engineering. Oh, would it be a BS? It would be a BS.
Yeah.
That's a science.
It's a science.
Right. But it's also an art too. Interesting. But more on your point, yeah, I think Jack would be the first one to say that he's learned the most from his friends. Also, I think Jack's innate qualities, like what you were saying, like Good Hurts would never have been a thing without Jack, is very true because Jack, like Good Hurts is almost like a business / creative product company that Jack Stratton basically feeded himself. You know what I mean? Where it's like, how about you and you get together and you make your own Vulf company? You know what I mean? It's like, it's very Jackian the way that all that happened because Good Hurts, when I see Good Hurts, like the logo and the branding, it's all clean, crisp, and cool, but it also has that Vulf adjacent look.
Typeco-y.
No, Typeco-y. You could tell it's in that rut, right? And 100%. I don't mean a rut in a negative way, but yeah. So incredible stuff because like I think of the way Jack is arranged in his, arranges his music and selects the musicians to be on his tracks. It's basically he made Vulf Good Hurts that way. And I was like, hey, you and you would be good together. Why don't you make, I have a concept for a compressor. Why don't you're an engineer.
And now he literally promotes their products and helps market the things that they make through his own music.
Right. Because it's weird because without Jack Stratton, I definitely think Good Hurts would not have the client base.
For sure.
Because I bought Vulf compressor because I like Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
And probably Danny would too.
Probably.
Had we not known about Jack or knew about Vulfpeck at all, would we have even found the Vulf compressor? Probably not.
Right.
Probably not.
Totally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think the Vulf compressor would necessarily want to find us if we didn't want to find it.
That's very true.
'Cause I think it's kind of a card you have up your sleeve. The Vulf compressor. Yeah, I definitely think you can give that compressor to Reinhold Mack, and he'd be, oh, this is great. Who made this? Who made this thing, huh? All right, who made this thing, huh? How do I speak in German? I'm half German. I can't even speak like a German. I am Reinhold Mack. No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, help me.
Anyway, speaking of Rob Stenson, shall we move in
I'm
to Mr.
excited.
Rob Stenson? That was a fun segment with talking about Kerr. We love Kerr. Rob Stenson. He's awfully off the the grid.
Talk about scarcity, this guy.
Yeah, this guy's V-scarce.
He has a website, and that's basically it. And he's a little bit on the Good Hurts website. That's it.
Right. And
I tried to even find his Insta. I don't think he has one.
Interesting. He's very
Talk about funk minimalism. This guy has a minimalist website, dude.
He it looks like, he's such a filmmaker, typographer, and programmer.
Did he help create Typeco, this guy? With this typography nonsense?
Yeah.
Because it says, oh no.
A type specimen in motion for Ono Typeco's latest release of variable font named Obviously.
So I'm like a huge sign painting fan, but secretly I also
dope.
So cool.
Like vinyl signage, and particularly when it's like peeling up on the edges and kind of cracking, or some of these businesses will take like
beautiful
and make it super wide, or take antique olive Nord and just squish it like super narrow. And I kind of dig that stuff. And then you have the whole genre of like hemp con, tattoo con, those sorts of gnarly
I love it.
like
beautiful video,
all fully justified on like a neon green background. I really mind, but it totally got out of hand and ended up being like 96 style. But because of that, and because of the ability to switch the terminals, you can really do a lot of different things with it. And I could imagine it in use for like the nail salon or the laundromat or just like the neighborhood mechanic. But any place.
I feel like this is almost like
Don't want to go for like the subtle thing.
it literally like feels like mind control. This video,
Right.
like it zones you out
And
in a good way.
dude, Rob Stenson has such a mystical directorial like high standard of quality, like hugely high standard of quality, where like it feels like Rob Stenson is like not a person. You know what I mean?
He's a
like
thing.
he's an entity that creates quality. You know what I
He's
mean?
an aura.
And also Jack aligning himself with other people of his caliber. Because I think just as much as Jack can create incredible funk arrangements, Rob Stenson can create incredible works of art, digital, and have a vision for how these things should look, and also accomplish it on steroids. Like
Yeah.
that video was incredible.
Incredible.
I love it. He did the video, he did the type specimen, and he was the director for it. This is on robstenson.com. He does have an Instagram, it looks like.
Oh shit.
Rob
Brush.
Rob Rush Stenson. Dope Insta, dude. He's
Play
definitely
the video. Can you play the video of that? It's a video.
Oh, it is a video.
I love it.
I love that.
So Vulfy.
He's so good. Gong Fucha at Plantation Home in Phoenix on Phoenix Mountain. Love it. He's such a auteur.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's rare to come by, and I associate myself with somebody like him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where like it seems like he sees something in the world and wants to show that in a unique perspective.
Yeah.
And I see that in photography. I want to be like I went to film school. I want to make films. It's just the guy is just so low volume.
I know. He really
You know
is.
what I mean? Like
Low
low volume, but like it's that clean low signal that Devin Kerr was talking about. Just that clean, not a lot of harmonics. Just it's just quality, guys. This is Rob Stenson. Beautiful. Beautiful this is. We love Rob. Alright, robstenson.com. He did the Vulf Sands video. He did the true story of Megaverb, which has been in the previous episode of the Conscious Club podcast. Interviews. He does articles. How to say crunch in Portuguese. Love that. A lengthy and technical talk about design and implementation and Drawbot with James Edmondson of Ono Typeco. Interesting. Maybe a future Conscious Club podcast deep dive. Vulf Compressor Instagram advertisement. Love that. Joey Dossett Game Winner Remix. Music video I directed.
Can you click the picture, maybe? Oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
I have not seen this.
It's pretty cool.
Basketball.
Ever since the day we hit the game winner, it's been so crazy. My whole
I love that technique where you shoot
Double the frame.
Well, you shoot high frame rate, and then when you're listening to the song while shooting, you listen to the song twice as fast. So the song is playing twice as fast while you're shooting high frame rate, so that when you slow it down, the lips match real
so
time.
cool.
Yeah, it's great. Got film major here.
has changed. So can we take a second, babe? 'Cause we've come so far, babe. Sit back and enjoy a piece of
The remix.
Make confetti rain down from the sky. Baby, I don't wanna dry my eyes. I've been dreaming of this all my life. I knew we could do anything. Then we
Hit the game win. This is beautiful. I've never seen this.
hit the game winner. 'Cause somebody had to win. Somebody had to lose. Better than pretty baby. Better than
I love Stenson's editing.
I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Nothing.
Did he edit
This
it?
hold on me.
Yeah.
Baby, I wouldn't trade you for nothing.
He's a very solid editor.
KD said,
Definitely.
"You're the real MVP. Make confetti rain down from the sky."
Confetti cannon.
Baby, I don't wanna dry my eyes. I've been dreaming of this all. Dreaming. It means everything to me. We were standing in the rain. Now we're popping champagne. We hit the game winner. Hit the game winner.
Theo.
Theo's the best part of this is music video.
Hit the game. Hit the game.
Wow, man.
Love it.
Stenson is the man. And before we go into Tyler Duncan for the last part of this podcast, I am going to blow my nose.
Oh no.
All right, everybody. The nose has been evacuated.
The dunk.
That is right. It is dunk time. Mr. Tyler Duncan. That is right. It is tylerandrewduncan.com. I want to front. I want to and this photography. I love this. About Mr. Tyler Duncan. He's a Grammy-nominated multi-instrumentalist, producer, composer who works out of his own studio in Ann Arbor, Michigan, The Basement, that we all know and love from Vulfpeck songs, and the design
Yeah.
of MSG, which we spoke to Trisha Robertson
She
in
met him
episode 28.
and
If
went
you
to his
haven't seen
house.
episode 28, go to 28. We talk with MSG set designer extraordinaire Trisha Robertson. She is incredible. Go hit up that. Pause this episode. Go watch that. And come back to here. Finish this. That's right. History of Mr. Tyler Andrew Duncan. In 1999 and 2000, Tyler won the All Ireland Championship. Makes sense with the Olam.
Olam.
Ties to Ireland. The All Ireland Championship, the World Championship of Irish Music, on the Uilleann pipes. Uilleann pipes, and became the first American to win the All Ireland on an instrument. In 2001, he won the All Ireland on the bodhran. Wow, this is some bio this guy has.
This guy is extensively talented.
Incredible. He should have starred in the Luck of the Irish, the old Disney movie.
He
Yeah.
would actually be more fitting. Yeah. This is all before he was 15.
Wow. Also the first American to win this on the bodhran. At age 15, he was featured on an Emmy Award-winning Kitty Donohue album. Kitty Donohue album. This Road Tonight. At 17, Tyler worked with an instrument maker to design new chromatic low whistle, with which he became the first low whistle player to ever be accepted into a jazz studies major at the University of Michigan. Again, surrounding yourself with people better than you at what you do. It is essential to creation, to making something bigger than yourself, to be great. Dare to be great in this world. You can be the best Bodron player in the world. You can be. If it's in your culture, you do it. Be the best you want to be. I want to be the best goddamn podcaster in the whole goddamn world. Gonna take 20 years to get there, but I'm gonna do it. And it's people like this that make me want to.
He's working up a sweat.
Invigorated. That's right, y'all. It's the Conscious Club podcast. This is 20 years ago.
Whoa.
Oh, at age 19, he recorded with Kruziki Transatlantic Quintet on a recording that earned a Downbeat Music Award. At 20, he composed a modern big band adaptation of the traditional Irish song The May Morning Dew, which was selected to be performed live on NPR's nationally syndicated Jazz Set. During the last 2 years of college, he started the electronic dance rock band My Dear Disco that
Which
we've learned about in
talked
prior
about.
episodes.
Yeah.
Later called Ella Riot. Upon graduation in 2008, they began touring full-time, and for the next 6 years, they became a national touring act, playing many major festivals, including Lollapalooza, television, and were featured artists in 17 Fox Network's Fearless Music. 17 Fox Network's Fearless Music and Pepsi's Refresh campaigns. Maybe you should take the Pepsi campaign out of your bio. After ending Ella Riot and getting off the road, he started his current composing career working with the band Vulfpeck, the artist Darren Criss, and Michelle Chamuel, Theo Katzman, Mike Ferris, Lake Street Dive, The Olam, Antoine Stanley, May Erlewine, Jeremy Kittle, Rachel Mazer, she, Jason French, Notify, Event Horizon, Seth Bernard, Arjun Singh, Julian Allen. We should do a show on Julian. I love Julian Allen,
right.
that guy. And yeah, that's Mr. Tyler Duncan. Now I do want to see The May Morning Dew.
The original or his?
Nah, dude, his, bro. His stuff. Let's find it. The May Morning Dew. Tyler Duncan. Can we find this? Oh. What do we got here? Oh, we got Sal from Impractical Jokers. Tyler Duncan and Michael Shimon perform a highly modernized and reinterpretation of the traditional Irish song Air. The May Morning Dew Part 1 introduces the melody in a more traditional setting on a solo whistle. Part 2 is the piece itself. Interesting. Let's go to more of this. The May Morning Dew. Is Michael Shimon the guy on the drums? Because
Impractical Jokers, man. There he is.
Michael Shimon, dude, straight from Impractical Jokers. Love it. Well, I think this could take people out for the show. I think this would be a great takeout.
Yep.
Takeout, huh?
All right. Speaking of takeout, I'm starving.
That is true. You're on the Couch Club podcast. The May Morning Dew by Mr. Tyler Duncan, a traditional Irish song made into the 21st century.
This has been the men behind Vulfpeck.
That is right. This has been the men behind Vulfpeck, the women behind Vulfpeck to come, which would be great. I don't know why we didn't include Bert. We should include Bert in this podcast.
Who's Bert?
Bert Stratton. He's the man behind
True.
Vulfpeck.
He's literally
What the hell?
man.
He's the man behind Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is
He's got
accurate.
those strong swimmers. Tell you that. His swimmers are doing the heel toe bounce out of that urethra.
Oh my god. They have no heels.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
a head tail bounce.
The head tail bounce. I love that. Going into that egg, y'all.
I don't think we
That
should be talking
funk-
about that.
Or should we call
That
it
funky fallopian.
the funky fallopian or the fuck minimalist?
Love that.
He's a minimalist fuck arranger.
All right, this has to be cut. Jack is never going to approve
Sorry,
this.
guys. I know the language. You never really hear a lot of
Jack
cuss words in
disapproves.
Wolfland. I'm sorry. I know we want to keep it clean, but sometimes you just gotta let it out and take a risk here and
Taking
there.
a risk at the
Taking a risk. Yeah, on the Conscious Club Podcast. Well, this has been the Men
Thank you,
Behind
guys.
Vulfpeck. Please hit up at the Conscious Club Podcast on Instagram, at Senorita Toria on Instagram. Great art, beautiful art she got.
Thank you.
She got beautiful art, biz dev extraordinaire. TCCPdirect@gmail.com. 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 Hit us up. Send us your memes. Send us your videos. Send us your voice memos. Tell us when we're wrong. Keep us accountable. Also, the art behind Tori's head here is by @Cody Send Paintings. @Cody Send Paintings on Instagram. Etsy.com/shop/Cody Send Paintings. Buy his art, buy the originals. And thank you guys for watching the Conscious Club Podcast. We love you. We want to make more of these, and we will make more of these. We're bringing Vulf content to you. It's the Conscious Club Podcast.
Woo! Have a good week, guys.
See ya. Woo!
Before the battery died.
I know. I was going.
I'm hungry. Only have my tape.
Hey everybody, Indy here, and thanks for watching the Conscious Club podcast. Please be advised that this is a fan-made podcast. Even though we would love nothing more, we are not associated with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or any associated acts tied to the greater Vulf umbrella. We do this show out of love, not for monetary gain. We simply wanted an outlet like this to exist, so we made it happen, and I hope that's okay. Thanks for watching, and always remember, fee fi fo fum.